Hello everyone, welcome to your class. We are continuing our chapter Plant Kingdom. So here we are discussing the topic bryophytes. Bryophytes means bryo means moss and the phyton means plants. And these are a group of simple and primitive plants. Already we discussed in previous classes what is bryophytes and type of bryophytes. Okay, here I am refreshing all these points. So these plants occupy a position intermediate between the green thallophytes and the pteridophytes. Green thallophytes means algae. Most of the species occurs in the moist conditions such as damp rocks, moist soil, walls and on the decaying logs in forest. Commonly these are known as amphibians of the plant kingdom. The general characters of bryophyta means the gametophytic and sporophytic phases are present in the life cycle of bryophytes, and both these phases are morphologically distinct. The real plant is haploid gametophyte. Gametophytic phase is more conspicuous, long-lived, independent, green and freely branched, whereas the sporophytic phase is short-lived, partially or completely dependent upon the gametophyte. Then in primitive liverwort forms, the gametophyte is prostrate and thalloid, but in mosses the plant body is erect. True roots are absent and the function of and the anchorage of absorption occurs by the help of filamentous structures that are known as rhizoids. These rhizoids are either unicellular or multicellular. Then the reproduction occurs by vegetative methods as well as sexual and the asexual methods. Vegetative propagation occurs with the help of special-like structures that is known as gemma. And the sexual reproduction is oogamous. The male sex organ is known as antheridia. And it produces the antheridia produce motile. Motile means moving. Motile biflagellated androzoids. And the female sex organs are known as archegonia. Okay. So, external water is necessary for the fertilization. The sporophyte is differentiated into foot, seta, capsule. Okay. Then economic importance of the bryophytes means the mosses are considered as the earlier or pioneer stage in the ecological succession on the bare rock. Okay. Then rock disintegration and soil formation are the important role played by the mosses. The peat obtained from sphagnum is used as a fuel and packing material. Then the bryophytes are classified into two types. The two classifications are, one is liverworts and the other one is mosses. Liverworts otherwise known as hepaticae. The body is thalloid and dorsiventrally flattened, and the rhizoids are erased from the ventral surface. Sex organs are present on the dorsal surface. Vegetative reproduction occurs with the help of a specialized structure that is known as gemma cup. So, anthridiophore is the gemma cup which is seen in the male and archegoniophore which is seen in the female. Then the fusion of the male and female gametes results a zygote which gives rise to sporophyte. Sporophyte bears spores and each spores germinate to give rise to a gametophyte. Here the example for the liverworts, that is Rixia and the Marchantia, are the examples for the liverworts. Next one is mosses. Gametophyte is the predominant stage. And it shows protonema. The protonema, that is real plant leaf-like structure, protonema. Protonema develops from the spores and is filamentous, branched and creeping green structure. So this protonema develops from the spores and it is filamentous, branched and creeping green structure. The leafy stage develops from the protonema. Then the reproduction is vegetative and sexual type. Fragmentation, budding are the type of vegetative reproduction. Okay. Then the haploid spores are formed by the meiosis on liberation and germination again results in the protonema. Common example for this mosses are Funaria, Sphagnum. All these are the common example for the mosses. I think we already discussed what is bryophytes and the classification of bryophytes. Here I want to just refresh what is bryophytes. Okay. The next topic that we are discussing, that is pteridophytes. Pteridophytes. Pteridophytes are the vascular cryptogams. So all the points that I am reiterating here, that is very important. Pteridophytes are the vascular cryptogams. Vascular means they have well-developed conducting system. That means xylem and phloem is getting well-developed. Some of the common ferns are maidenhair, walking fern. That are the example for this pteridophytes. In pteridophyte, the real plant body is sporophyte and also it is a diploid. So, pteridophyte, the real plant body is sporophyte and it is diploid. And we have just analyzing the main characters of the pteridophyte. The first point is the plant body is sporophyte and it is differentiated into root, stem and leaves. Okay. They range from the small annuals to a large tree-like perennials. Annuals means they are living only for the 1 year. Perennial means more than 2 years. Okay. So most of the living pteridophytes are terrestrial, growing in moist and shady places. And some members are aquatic. We can see the pteridophytes in near the wall. Okay. Except for some woody ferns also be present. The leaves are scaly, scale-like leaves and small and sessile. The leaves are two types, microphyllous or macrophyllous. The leaves are two types. If it is a small, that is known as microphyllous, and it is a large, that is known as macrophyllous. Okay. These microphyllous and the macrophyllous leaves produce spores which are produced in the sporangia. Okay. So the plants are either homosporous or the heterosporous. Homospores means all the spores are similar. If the plant producing the spores, all the spores are similar, it is known as homosporous. If it is dissimilar, that is known as heterosporous. So it contains two types of spores. One is microspores and the next one is the megaspores. Okay. So the leaves bearing sporangia. The leaves bearing sporangia are known as sporophylls. Okay. The sporophylls with megasporangia are called megasporophylls. If it is with a microsporangia, that is known as microsporophylls. Got it? So what are the main points of the pteridophyte? They are vascular cryptogams. The real plant body is sporophyte and the diploid. It contains sessile leaf, small leaf, that is known as microphyllous. If it have the large leaf, that is known as macrophyllous. The leaf contains spores. Okay. So the leaf bearing sporangia, the leaf having sporangia, spore bearing structures. What is sporangia? Spore bearing structures is known as sporangia. Okay, the leaf having the spore bearing structures, that is known as sporophylls. Then the sporophylls with megasporangia. Sporophylls with megasporangia, that is known as megasporophyll. And it is a microsporangia, that is known as microsporophylls. Clear? Then the spores are two types, homosporous or the heterosporous. Homosporous means all the spores are in same. Heterosporous means two different size. One is micro and the other one is macro. Okay. Then the next is the sporophylls are uniformly distributed or aggregated into a compact structure that is known as cone. So sporophylls is there. The sporophylls produce spores. Okay, the spores are aggregated and it form the structure cone. Clear? The spores on germination gives rise to gametophyte. The spores on germination gives rise to gametophyte. The prothallus is simple, green, filamentous or heart-shaped. Okay, the prothallus. So the spore on germination gives rise to a gametophytic prothallus. This prothallus is simple, green and filamentous or heart-shaped. Okay, so antheridium is the male organ. So it produces androzoids just as sperms. Okay, androzoids. It is an elongated, coiled and multi-flagellated. Then the water is essential for the fertilization. The androzoid and the egg fuse to form a diploid oospore. Okay, the oospore repeatedly undergoes division and it produces embryo. So the pteridophyte shows alternation of generation. That means the real plant body is sporophyte. From this they are forming gametophyte. Again they are producing spores. That is alternation of generation. Okay, so the spore germinate and form prothallus. Again from the prothallus forming spores. That's why it is known as alternation of generation. Mainly the pteridophytes are again divided into 4 types. Coelopsida, Lycopsida, Sphenopsida and the Pteridopsida. What are the different classification? Coelopsida, Lycopsida, Sphenopsida and the Pteropsida. So Coelopsida, example Coelotum. Lycopsida, example Lycopodium. Then the Sphenopsida, example Equisetum. Pteropsida, example Pteris. Okay, got it. Example for this pteridophyte, that is fern. The common example for a walking fern. Walking fern is a common example. The scientific name, that is biological name of walking fern is Adiantum. 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 You can use these also example for the pteridophytes. Coelotum, Lycopodium, Equisetum and Pteris. I hope all you can understand the topic pteridophytes.